Welcome back, everyone, to Poppin, Often with Lofton. Today, we're gonna be looking at your comments. I left it up for an extra day just to see if there's any more stragglers commenting before I made the video. If you guys enjoy my content, remember, subscribe. That way you're notified when I release more. And if you want early access to my content, Patreon down below is where you want to go. Not only are you helping support the channel and the content that I create, but you're also getting early access and a couple other goodies. I'm going to be responding to the comments of this video over there. I'm getting a hang of it, kind of. Whenever I do a discussion video, I don't look at the comments until I make the video. So when I do release them, don't be offended that I'm not responding. If I don't put the thumbs up or the heart, that means I didn't read it. Chillin' Potato. I think the main reason KoG is so secretive about their plans is for players to be excited for something. But I do wish that they said more on social media or any platforms just to update players on what they're up to. Right now, it feels like the players are talking to a brick wall. True. I do agree with that. They don't really tell us stuff unless they want to tell us stuff. The bright side, though, is that I feel like they're trying. Now, you know, it might not be up to the people that run Grand Chase, I guess you can say, that gets to make that decision. You know, they might just be following the orders of the boss. You know, that happens. But I do notice, like, in the patch notes and whatnot, they are listening. And I think they're listening more when players talk about it in their game versus when players review and comment about it. Because if you're playing the game, you have more merit. It's kind of funny because I was talking about Dio. And I was playing a game and I was typing and I was talking about Dio inside the game and I was like, this MP recovery is really slow. This is not fun. You know, you pretty much have to play a waiting game to get your MP or to get your AP, and then you would just use it and then like you're playing a waiting game again. And I was like, they need to do something about that. And about like 30 minutes of that conversation basically with the people that were playing with me. The next day rolls around, there's a patch that says Dio's MP or AP recovery is increased. So I mean, I don't know if that's coincidence or whatever, but clearly they changed it because they knew somebody said something about it. Whether it be if other players in the game were saying it, like including myself, just everybody in the game was saying it as they were playing, or maybe someone posted it somewhere or whatever, but they really hot fixed that like that. So very happy about that. So I think they are trying. I think the main thing is like they just have to focus on priorities, right? Listening to the community when the games needs to be fixed is kind of hard to do, right? If I know A, B, and C need to be fixed or the game won't run, listening to the players talk about, you know, D, E, F is probably not my priority because that doesn't matter. That doesn't help run the game. You know what I mean? So I think it's just based off what priority is. I think they do hear. I think they do listen. It's just, if you got limited resources, you can't act on everything, you know? But I do agree that they don't tell us. It's more about they only tell us through patch notes, not through like media or emails or, you know, I know what you're talking about. All right, the next comment here, meh, I just play the game. That's enough for me. Hey, I respect that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Let me try to say your name. Esfiato? Esfiato. I don't know. I'm sorry if I ruined it. But I feel you. I feel you. You know, who needs drama, right? You just there to play the game. Chill. Just why you care about what's happening? Just enjoy yourself, because that's all that matters. You know, back in the day where there was no updates and you bought the CD or you bought the cartridge and you took the game. The game sucked, who cares? You played the game because it was a game, right? Why can't we go back to those old days? I'm just saying. Now we got updates and patch notes and downloadable contents and everything and people complaining about all that and other. Just think about we didn't have that, okay? We just had the game, and if it sucked, it sucked. We returned it back to Blockbuster or Hollywood, or if we bought the game, you just stuck with the game. Eunice here. I hope I said that name right. True, listening to the community is not going to really help because people always suggest what's best for them and not what's best for the game. You really have to care a lot for the game to fix its problems. But the main reason why GC was closed and is now back is because of money. I mean, per usual, yeah, right? If you can't run the game, you can't run the game no matter what, right? And that's where like private servers and stuff took the resources from the game in general. You know, a lot of people think, well, I'm playing in private servers, you know, I want to support, you know, that person on that private server and whatnot, and you know, you're basically just taking money from the actual developers that could make the game way better in terms of just kind of being frustrated with the company. Every company, everything anybody really does, if it's a service, obviously, most likely needs some sort of support from the community. It's very hard to do things for free if it takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of resources. That being said, running any game, even if it's something as small as Grand Chase, and especially building on top of that, takes a lot of money. And if that's going to any private servers, that right there is already sinking into their pockets, and in which case, yeah, eventually they just started closing the games down. Also, they used to do those things where you would like, I was kind of guilty of this, I'm not gonna lie. You would kind of fill out an application with some of these partnering things. You get like free cash doing those little apps or whatever, and I would do those. Obviously, I wouldn't give my services to the person. I would just do those, fill those out, and then I get my free cash, and then do those, fill them out, get my free cash. Think about how many players do that, and think about how much KoG probably lost through that. So they're giving free money away from basically doing those apps. They're also having money taken away and put into private servers. So where does the money come from then if you have to run the game? And so, you know, that's ultimately obviously why they shut it down, is because there wasn't enough money to run the game. Now, I know some players might think, well, that's good that they shut it down because the game sucked. The private servers with the same game, that pretty much is saying that it sucks. You know, it's the same game. And if there were something that's saying, well, it's a little bit different, you know, they do this, Grand Chase Classic is the same. It's a little bit different. They do this. What's the difference here? The difference is people some players just rather not support the actual company, would rather just support something that's not a company, something that's copyright in their material, and just kind of giving their money to that. And I don't think that's, although they might have been doing it for years, obviously, and KoG comes out the blue and is like, hey, we're playing Grand Chase Classic again. They probably already intended to bring Grand Chase Classic back, and they just haven't told us. Speaking of support, Patreon link down below if you want to help support the channel. Yeah, that was a weird plug, I'm not gonna lie, but hey, you gotta get it in there somehow. Derek says, any new content would be good. True. No complaints, nothing to say there. I've noticed that in my Discord, though, we had this discussion about, like, I guess people are starting to, not my Discord, maybe a couple of you guys, but in general, the topic was people were going into their files and seeing what's changes and seeing what's updated and whatnot. Basically data miners. Now, obviously that's something that can't really be avoided. You could try to lock it up, but even games like Final Fantasy, and I always bring this up because that's one of the biggest games right now, has data miners. No matter what you do, it can happen. I feel like players should just stop doing things like that, you know, and just play the game and just enjoy it and just wait for KoG to say something, wait for them to do something. When you do things like that, it just kind of sucks because it's like a morale thing, right? You're working hard, you're working trying to make something for other players, for the communities and whatnot, a game that they love, even though it might not be amazing as it was, they're trying. And then you got people going in their files and seeing what's new, seeing what's coming, seeing what we're changing. It's like, really, man? Like, it's intrusive. So I really hope people would stop doing that. I really hope people just, like, I don't know, I think Grand Chase has, like, I think a lot of the players just have lack of respect for the game and for the developer, for the company. So, you know, a lot of what they do, they don't care about. They don't care about any of the consequences, such as like selling hacks and whatnot. They don't respect the game. Granted, once again, Final Fantasy does have that type of thing where bots will come in and do that, but you kind of know where I'm getting at. Like, a lot of people don't care. They'll stream that they're hacking. They don't care. They don't have any respect for the game. And that type of thing right there, I don't know, it's just like I feel like it'd be like a morale thing if I was working on the game, because it's like, come on, man. Like, what? You guys can't just enjoy what we gave you. You guys got to do the data mining. You guys got to do the hacking. You guys got to do, you guys got to do exploits. Like, we can't just play the game. And so I think when it comes down to having new content and adding that and having that added, the more and more we disrespect the company and the game, the less likely they are to want to do stuff for the community. So, I mean, that was kind of a dark turn to what you just said in terms of any more content is good, but you know me, right? I'm always gonna tell the truth. I'm always gonna just say what I think, right? I'm not trying to appease anybody. If I think it, I'm gonna say it, unless it's disrespectful to obviously the individual, or like, things that are against YouTube guidelines. I'm not gonna say it. But when it comes to just my voicing my opinion, I think everybody has a right to theirs, and that's mine to that particular aspect of it. I just wish, the players would just be more respectful to the game. It's not everybody, but as a whole, a couple of bad apples can always ruin the whole batch. So yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of sad, you know? When you love something and then you see people just disrespect it, it kind of sucks. I mean, think about any games that you got. Think about any games that you might have loved back then. Like, I don't know, like WoW. A lot of people like WoW, and if you say something about it, they get really defensive. You know, they get defensive because, you know, rightfully so. They love their game, they respect their game. Although, you know, the company, you know, they hate their company, you know, and people say things about it. It is what it is, but they love their game. And I think Grand Chase has a few. I think Grand Chase have individuals like that too, where they love their game, and you know, it sucks to see your voice drowned out by the other people that don't respect the game, that don't love the game, and just because of that, it's hard for KoG to really work on much. For me personally, I'm not saying this is going on, but like for me personally, if I was like running the company and whatnot, it'd be hard for me to like really want to do things for the community if everybody is getting drowned out. Even if there are good comments, even if there are like constructive criticism, as we were talking about before within these videos, all the bad would just drown out all the good. And so it just sucks to see that. And I think the game could go further if everybody just took a chill pill and really just seen what it was about. All right, Tez, hello. I hope they do start to be more open and give feedback. Another game I played, Destiny 2, Bungie says that they take in all of the feedback players give them and do their best to try to put it in a patch or update or next content release. But they do fail at it still at times. Hopefully KoG can do the same, but better. Once again, that just kind of goes to the resources, right? I mean, a company like Bungie has the ability to do things like that. I mean, honestly, when Destiny first came out, it was horrible, right? It was bad. But they fixed it, you know, the community worked with them. And that's what I'm saying with like KoG. It's like, whatever grudge people hold against, I feel like it's like a, I feel like it's not even, I feel like it's a mob mentality. Like people, like I said before, I feel like people just follow others. You know, I feel like there are those individuals that are like, bro, KoG sucks, I hate them, which is fine. You can have your opinion, obviously. But I feel like there's a lot of other followers that say the same thing and don't even really know what they're talking about. For example, YouTube did a thing that turned off dislikes on videos, so you can't see the dislikes. Studies show that after they did that, the amount of dislikes went down through the roof. The fact that people are not mob mentality disliking is insane. That goes to show that is how life works. Although a group of people may not understand what the heck is going on, if there's 1 or 2 to 3 individuals that are starting something, usually people will follow through. That's what's happening with the KoG, and that's what's happening with the YouTube dislikes. The fact that you don't see them means that you have your own opinion. And the fact that you have your own opinion means that you don't mob mentality anything. You're not swayed by anything and you're thinking your own thoughts. The dislike system was meant to tell YouTube you don't want to watch the video anymore. You don't want to see videos like it. That's all. It's not there to show the disapproval of a video. It's there for your personal like YouTube account, so to speak, to gauge what you can and can't watch, what they will and won't show you, you know, stuff like that to help better suit YouTube for you. The fact that they removed it and like nobody's disliking, like huge numbers of dislikes gone down, that goes to show it. So, I mean, honestly, to those that may be followers of things that are being said, just have your own opinion. It's a lot easier for KoG to work with you. It's a lot easier for any game company to work with you if you don't have mob mentality players talking about things they don't understand, right? I've seen people with 1 hour in Grand Chase talk about problems with someone that has 200 hours. What? That doesn't even make sense. How does that even work? And then you could say, well, you know, maybe they played the old Grand Chase. Well, that's true, but then they had comments talking about the old Grand Chase that also didn't make sense. So essentially you have a player that knows nothing about Grand Chase saying that they dislike things about KoG and Grand Chase. All because the 200-hour player was like, bro, KoG sucks, right? It's a little bit more respectable that that guy played 200 hours and was like, bro, KoG sucks. That makes sense. But the fact that you have someone that has no hours, just, hey, chiming in, hey, you suck. And another one, hey, you suck. There's just too much of that. And I just encourage everybody to have your own say. So if you really want to see Grand Chase turn for the better, really stop that mentality, really have your own say. So really comment and review the game in your own words. And that's how you're heard. You will never really be heard if you're having echo chambers of everything. You got to separate yourself from that group and do your own thing. I'm telling you, you get results. You just can't follow the same echo voices, because eventually you're just drowning out not only the people that are talking about that similar aspect, but you're also drowning out the players that actually want to see the game change and want to see the game grow. Once again, you guys, if you want to help support the channel, Patreon link down below. Not only do you get early access to my content, but you also help support the channel. Once we reach our goal, we will be having streams every single day. If that's something that you're interested in, please scroll down, Patreon below. Any and all support is appreciated. And happy holidays to everyone. If I don't make another video, I probably will. But if I don't make another video between now and the 1st, happy holidays, happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, and happy 4th of July. Happy 4th of July. Where am I? What is going on with my brain? And happy New Year to you too. Thank you guys for watching. Till next time, do what I always say. Happy 4th of July. What? Thank you for what? Poppin' Lofton. I'm leaving that in there with Lofton.